Start recording. Okay, we're recording. So thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes to hop on tonight. And we really want to be respectful of your time and try to keep this fast, but give you as much information as we can in a short amount of time. And I think most of you, Hannah has been able to send out a sample of that pink drink. And so hopefully that you've gotten it and you've had a chance to test it out to see if you like the taste of it. I'm going to be completely transparent and tell you that when I first started, I absolutely hated the taste of it. And the fact that I was incredibly skeptical did not help anything. My story goes back about, before I start that, let me just say, I do like the taste of it now. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, a formula that when I started almost 2 years ago, it's been reformulated to have a different flavor. But with my skeptical mindset and the fact that I did not like the taste of the old formula, I was incredibly inconsistent with the products. And, well, it didn't go so well for me in the beginning. So about 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And it was a very aggressive and debilitating type of arthritis, and it did not respond to any treatments. I have tried everything. Every pharmaceutical commercial you've ever seen on TV, for RA, I have tried it. I've tried holistic treatments. I went through Lyme treatments and other tick-borne co-infection treatments. I did a very intense elimination diet for about 18 months where I couldn't eat any gluten or grains or soy or dairy or corn or nuts or seeds or, oh gosh, there were so many things that I could not eat. Plus I was incredibly sensitive to about 30 or more fruits, vegetables, foods, because my gut health was so very poor. They say that all disease begins in the gut, and looking back, I can see where that was true, definitely true in my case. So when my friend Jamie approached me about Plexus, I was incredibly skeptical, and I was at a point in my journey where I was just so sick and tired of trying all of these different things that were not going to work. And at that time, we had to kind of resort to using the big guns in my treatment. I was going to have chemotherapeutic infusions done about every 6 months. And then also I took methotrexate, which is also a chemotherapeutic drug. I took that once a week as well. And so there were a lot of toxins kind of going into my body, into an already sick body, a body that struggled with detoxing anything anyway. So I was doing these treatments, but I was not feeling like much of a difference. I wasn't really feeling like it was helping me. And when my friend Jamie approached me about it, I just was kind of at my rock bottom, wit's end. Like, I really don't want to try. I can't spend any more money. You know, we had horrible medical debt because of me, and really it was just one more added expense, and I couldn't even be bothered to wrap my head around it when she first told me about it, because I was at the point, my mindset was nothing is going to work for me. I have to live this way for the rest of my life. And with 3 young children to raise, you know, that's a pretty bitter pill to swallow. But that's just where I was at emotionally. And I had seen what the products had done for her. I had seen her, you know, she was somebody, she's a doctor of physical therapy and somebody who struggled with Lyme disease and the aftermath of Lyme. She almost had to have a pacemaker put in, you know, horrible skin issues because of it. And I had seen her transformation. And even then, you know, even though I had seen what it had done for her and I trusted her judgment, and that when she told me she did the research and she assured me it was safe and told me it worked, even then I was still very skeptical about trying it. So it took me about 9 months to actually agree to try it. And I didn't even order the products. She ordered them for me. She knew I was never going to sit down and do it myself. So she said, give me your information. I'm just going to order it for you. It's going to come straight to your door. And when I opened the box, I pulled out this package and I looked at it and I went, did I just buy a weight loss supplement? I was like mortified. What is this stuff? So I pulled out my pink drink and my Bio Cleanse and my ProBio 5. And I took one sip of that pink drink and I dumped the rest down the drain and I stuck everything in my cupboard. And I thought, no, this is ridiculous. Like, this cannot possibly do what I need it to do. No. And she called me a couple weeks later to check in on me because what I didn't know then about Plexus is that these products, the reason that they're sold the way they are through a multi-level marketing company and not on a store shelf is because they need to come with support. They need, to come with somebody who you can ask questions to. And so she called to check in on me, being the supportive friend that she is. And she asked me how I was doing. And I said, I'm not taking it, Jamie. I didn't really like the taste of the pink drink. And, I don't know what it could possibly do for me. And she kind of just very kindly said, well, if you want it to work, you actually have to take it. And I was actually, this was 2 years ago in November, 2 years ago. Yeah. Which is, I always like this time of year because my life has changed so much in 2 years. So it's always cool to just kind of, be retrospective. But, she said, you actually have to, take the products. And I thought, this is crazy. She's right. Like, it's not going to kill me. I just have to commit to taking them and do it consistently and see what happens. I have nothing to lose. And I didn't, because they come with a 60-day money back guarantee. So literally I had nothing to lose. So I knew if I wanted to return them, I could, as long as it was in that 60 days. And so I made it a point to take them consistently. And I'm going to say it was about 6 weeks in, and honestly, I didn't think it was going to work for me. So I was not paying attention and keeping track. And looking back, I really wish I would have. But I'm going to say it was about 6 weeks in when I started to realize that I was feeling a little bit better and my pain was starting to diminish. And it was a defining moment for me because I'll never forget, I was sitting on the floor playing with my daughter, and typically it really, really hurt for me to be down on the floor. My knees were constantly swollen and in pain, and then it took a lot for me to lift myself up off the floor because I couldn't support my weight on my wrists, and I couldn't really lift her either. And so I went to stand up, and I just stood up. And it shocked me so much that I just stood up, like there wasn't a wince, there wasn't a struggle. I just stood up. So I got back down on the floor and I did it again to see if it was real. And it was. And I think I probably looked at my husband like, did you see that? I just stood up. Like, I just stood up. And he, he's been so supportive and great and right along with me every step of the way. But he's like, yeah, maybe it's working. Like, maybe it is. And then there were other things that I started to notice as I went along. Not only did I note, like, I had the changes that Plexus create are very gradual and very, very, they take place over time. It's not like an instant, it's not a quick fix. And so if you're not paying attention, you could kind of miss it. And I thought, how long have I been living, without pain? Like, how long? And so then I'm like doing planks, like, trying all this stuff because I'm like, it was a whole new world for me. I really felt like I was getting my life back. And there were other things I was noticing. My mood had lifted. I didn't realize how depressed I was until I was feeling better. PMS was a thing of the past. I always struggled with, just horrible cramping and really painful periods. And that stopped, which was incredible in and of itself. My rosacea, I have 4 autoimmune conditions. One of them is rosacea, and my rosacea cleared up, which was insane to me. And all of these other things were happening. And I thought, oh my gosh, like if this is working, I know so many people who could benefit from this. And so I had a couple of friends that I reached out to, and I told them what I was doing. And they were kind of sick like me. They were people that I only kind of reached out to people who I thought, were people who were unhealthy. Now I know that this is for everybody, no matter where you are in your health journey. This is for the incredibly fit, and this is for the people who have illnesses that doctors can't diagnose. And so I reached out to those people, and I just told them what I was doing. And I said, listen, I have no idea where this is going to take me, or if this is it, or if it's going to get better, or I don't know what it's going to do for me from here on out. But this is what I've noticed so far. And I have no idea what it's going to do for you, but I've heard some pretty amazing stories. Do you want more info? Like, here you go. I'll just tell you everything I know. Here's my friend Jamie. She can talk to you about it. I don't really know much about the products. And lo and behold, I had my friends were deciding to purchase these products because they needed to feel better. And they started to have the same results that I was having. And so for me, it was like this incredibly rewarding thing where I was helping other people, and not just in little ways, in huge life-changing ways, just as I was helped. And I knew I was onto something incredible. And about 9 months after I started to reach out and tell my friends, I had achieved a rank with the company. I always kind of joke and say that I had an accidental business. This was never anything that I was looking for. Never, ever. If you told me 2 years ago that this is what my life would be, I would never have believed you. It's so far out of my comfort zone. I'm out of my element, everything. But 9 months after I started just telling the people that I love about the products, this team grew, this business grew, this culture, tribe, just this great network of people, incredibly positive and supportive people grew. And I was achieving an income with Plexus just from sharing with those people, and they were sharing with other people. And the income I was achieving was a residual income that exceeded my teaching salary. So I was getting paid significantly more as a Plexus ambassador than I was as a teacher. And then 9 months after that, I reached the rank of Emerald, which is a jewel rank in the company. And Emerald comes with a 6-figure income and a Plexus Lexus, which we always joke because we feel like the Beverly Hillbillies driving around in our Plexus Lexus, and an annual trip to Maui, which we just came back from in September. So not only has it given me my health, my life back, it's given my kids their mom, it's given my husband, his wife, but it has changed it's changed our future. So the health benefits are incredible. And the fact that you're helping other people in really impactful ways is also incredible. But this financial blessing that was just so unexpected and so, much needed, but never did I ever think that this would ever become my life. And so now I'm a retired art teacher. I did not go back to school this year. I decided to stay home, work from home, and support this amazing community that we have here with our team, with Plexus. And I also like to tell people that about 6 months after I started taking the products consistently, I went back to my rheumatologist, and he declared me to be in complete remission. And I also am med-free. I do not take any medications. When before I was taking all the medications. And it's been just amazing. I am asymptomatic. It's like I don't have RA at all. And I'm able to just maintain this just by using these products. So they've changed my life. And so, you know, now I'm just, the more people I meet and the more stories I hear of it helping these people that I meet, it's hard to stop. You can't not tell people when you see what the products have done. I'm not the only one I know that's been able to get off their medications because of these products. I have hundreds of friends that have been able to do the same, which is just so, it's just so fulfilling. And so that's my story in a nutshell. And Hannah, you can just share quickly what they've done for you, and then we can tell everybody about the products and what we started taking to get the results that we have.
I don't know. Can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I've been taking these products for a little over a month now, and my personal results have been clearer skin. I was diagnosed with eczema when I was 13 years old, which also makes a lot of sense, because not to get like too personal, but that was also like the year that I had started, you know, my menstruation cycle. And so, you know, hormones were out of balance and whatnot. And that is all connected. But I have been able to quit smoking. I have dropped 10 pounds. I have gone down 4 pant sizes. I have a ton of energy. I was just telling my sisters that this weekend was just jam-packed with, you know, activities. And I had 2 Halloween birthday parties that I took the kids to yesterday, and I kept up with every single one of them, including their friends. I had a party that I went to today. I went and picked up my best friend's kids because her and her fiance are out on a date right now. And I'm still going. Like, I can clean another room in the house. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, I feel amazing. And it's just, it is a blessing to know about these products. And I feel the same way that Abby feels. Like, the more stories I hear, I'm like, okay, I think that's probably because you may have an imbalance in your bacteria. I have something that can help you with that. You know, so it's just, once you know more about Plexus, you can't unlearn what you know. And even if you don't think these products are for you, you know someone that is struggling health-wise, you know someone that's struggling financially, and you know someone that's struggling with both. And Plexus is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to solve all of those problems. And the 2 most things that keep us up at night, thinking are, our health and our money. And the one thing that we spend the most money on is our health. So again, this can help, help people, solve a lot of issues here. But I mean, and I'm just keep going with it too. And I don't want to stop. I don't plan on stopping. And it's hard to describe really, because it's like, the new norm for people is like struggling throughout the day energy wise, and, just all that. But once you start taking them consistently and you do start to notice a difference, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
And you took you took the pink drink when you were pregnant with Asa too.
Yes, I did. Yep. Yeah, I took that when I was pregnant with Asa, and prior to that, no matter what I ate, every time I ate, I was just like nauseous, and not like vomit nauseous or anything, but just crazy and gross, and I did not feel good at all being pregnant with Asa. And then I started drinking pink drink, and it changed a lot. Like, I didn't feel gross. I didn't feel gross after I ate.
Yay for not feeling gross. So I will go over what the products that I started with, and then just a couple more that many people have great success with. But these products I'm about to show you guys, it's a combination of 3 products that I started with. And this is what almost everybody starts with, no matter what you have going on, whether you're incredibly fit or if you struggle with health issues, because the combination of them kind of brings the body back into balance. And so I always like to tell people, don't expect this to be an overnight quick fix. You're looking at 3 to 6 months at least to see or feel some permanent change. A lot of people can start the products and in that first month start to feel great, but many people don't. And I was one of those people who it took a while for me to feel anything at all. And so, if you're one of those people, you would have to just stick with it. You got to trust the process and trust that it's making change in your body, even though you're not feeling a whole lot. And the other thing I would tell you is that there is something that happens within the body when you introduce these products, because they create so much change, and it's called a healing crisis. It's the body's way of coming back into balance and kind of detoxifying. And it's not always easy for people when they first start. There are a lot of detox reactions that can occur. I was somebody that was very used to detox because of all the things that I had tried and I had been through, so I knew what to expect. And not everybody goes through this. Most people actually don't. Some people start and feel like a little bit bloated for a couple of weeks and then they're fine. But other people have, other issues or more issues. And so it's just kind of, I always like to put that out there, because if you're not expecting it and it happens, you're like, I'm taking these products and I'm supposed to feel better, but I feel worse. That's good. Mm-hmm. We celebrate that you feel worse. Yeah. It means that it's working. So
yeah. And they're always temporary too. They will go away.
They will go away.
They will go away. You just have to keep, just keep going. And you can adjust them too. You can troubleshoot, you can adjust, you can not take a product for, a day or two and see how that helps, and then slowly introduce, back into your schedule. It's incredibly, incredibly flexible.
Right. You can, that's why these products come with support. They have to come with support. Mm-hmm. We know we kind of figure out what's going to work best for your body and where we need to back off, where we need to increase. So the 3 products that most everybody starts with, not everybody, but most everybody starts with Triplex, which is the pink drink, which most of you have tried already, and then BioCleanse, and then ProBio 5. So the pink drink is it's kind of our cornerstone product. It was invented, actually formulated for type 2 diabetics. And it's very effective for type 2 diabetics to kind of keep their blood sugars in a narrow range. But what they found when they were giving it to people during the clinical trials, because yes, this pink drink has clinical trials, has been through clinical trials. What they found were people were actually dropping weight when they started. Not everybody. I'm somebody who started and did not lose an ounce. Hannah's somebody that started and lost 10 pounds. Like, you just don't ever know. But I don't take the products for weight loss. I take them for health and wellness. The main ingredient is chromium. It's pink because of beet juice extract, so there's no funky dyes in there or anything like that. It's sweetened with whole leaf stevia. But it has there's 2 types. This one, the one that I started with, has a very powerful prebiotic in it called XOS. Prebiotics are like food for your probiotics. So it's a gut health supplement. So it is feeding good microbes in your gut. Its job is to keep your blood sugar in a narrow range. So typically throughout the day, our blood sugar is spiking and dipping and going like this, depending on when we eat and what we eat. And the pink drink kind of keeps it going like this, because when it's spiking and dipping, that's creating systemic inflammation throughout the body. So that's why a lot of times people who have chronic pain, when they start Triplex or start the pink drink, they notice their pains diminishing because they don't have that chronic inflammation from their blood sugar going all wonky throughout the day. Plus it has alpha lipoic acid in it, which is also an anti-inflammatory. But it gives you a sustained all-day energy. It does not contain caffeine. On the back, you're going to notice it says that it has less than 2% caffeine, but it's because they take a certain ingredient out of a green bean. They extract chlorogenic acid out of green bean, an unroasted coffee bean, basically. But when they do the recurrent clinical test on the product, it shows no caffeine. So by law, because we follow guidelines that are strictly set in place by the FDA, it's a very responsible company. So we have to say that it contains less than 2% caffeine, but it does not have stimulants in it. It gives you an energy by keeping your blood sugar in a narrow range so you are not having these lows. And so that's why, like Hannah said, you know, it can be 9 o'clock at night and you're like, oh, I'm going to go wash the toilets. I'm going to go, you know, like you just have this all day sustained energy. And then at the end of the day, you lay your head on the pillow and you fall asleep like that and you sleep like a rock. So we always joke and say there is no sleep like Plexus sleep, because it is the most sound sleep that you will ever have. It is awesome. So that's the pink drink in a nutshell. It does so much more, but I'm trying to wrap it up here for you guys. And then the next product is the BioCleanse. This is our product for people. This is our regulator. And when I mean regulator, I'm talking about poop. If you have like IBS or Crohn's type symptoms, this is going to help you not poop as much. If you have constipation, this is going to help you poop. Its main ingredient is magnesium, but it's got bioflavonoids in it. And what it does is it's kind of like this, it creates like an oxygenizing effect in the body, or like more to kind of bring your body back to a more of an alkaline state, because a lot of us are too acidic. But it takes those toxins that are kind of being flushed out, and it helps us remove them faster. So it is to help with cleansing. It is not an emergent cleanse. You are not going to be sitting on the toilet all the time. It's just, it helps you go to, 2 to 3 times a day, which is how much we need to be pooping to stay healthy. We talk about poop a lot with Plexus. There's no such thing as TMI with Plexus.
No.
So it eliminates harmful microbes, and it just kind of, the perfect way to put it is that it assists with the body's natural detox pathways. We detox by pooping and peeing and sweating. And, this just helps facilitate that. And then this stuff right here, this is the best probiotic I've ever been on. And I have been on a lot. I've been on the billions and billions of CFU count probiotics. I've been on the kind that you just have to keep in a refrigerator. Like I've been on the most expensive you can imagine from my functional medicine doctor. And this stuff is amazing. It is called Probio 5, and it has enzymes in it that are made to, it's formulated to target specifically Candida yeast. And if you don't know what Candida is, it is a yeast that lives in all of us. Its job is to help break our bodies down when we die, but a lot of us, because of either environmental toxins, our diet, stress, certain medications, certain health habits, some of us have a Candida overgrowth, and it can kind of take over your microbiome and give you something that's called gut dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of bad microbes to good microbes. And so if you have a Candida issue, you have gut dysbiosis. And so what this does is it will go in and it will break down that fibrous coating around Candida using enzymes. And then when it's broken down, there is a beneficial yeast in here called Aspergillosis, which actually devours that candida once it's broken down. And then it kind of restores a balance to your gut, to your microbiome. And so that's why we love this stuff, because when candida dies, it can create like a Herxheimer reaction. If you're familiar with Lyme disease, when those bacteria die, they create that Herxheimer reaction. It releases endotoxins into the body. And if you're not eliminating them fast enough, you can feel pretty lousy. And so that's what our BioCleanse is for. So this is a product that we start out slowly with, and then we increase it over time so that it's not too much on you, all at once. So those are the 3 products that I started with. Plus I started with a product called Ease, which is a natural, kind of like an anti-inflammatory. I thought I had the bottle here, but I didn't. But it uses a couple other ingredients, but the main ingredient is green-lipped mussel extract. So this one is not great for people who are allergic to shellfish. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest, it's stinky. Because it's made with mussels, and so when you open that bottle up, you know it. But it is yes, thank you, Hannah. It is the most effective pain reliever that I've ever used. And so it's kind of a natural anti-inflammatory. So I was taking it alongside of my triplex, and that's why I was having great success. And so when you first start taking it, you use a loading dose. And then every month you kind of back down to do a maintenance dose. But that Ease is like, it's probably, I don't know, I have a lot of favorites, but that's one of them. And then the other products I slowly added in over time was X Factor Plus, our multivitamin. X Factor is the one that caused me to take a second look at Plexus, because it was using ingredients that were safe for me to take. I'm somebody that has a gene mutation called MTHFR, where I can't have synthetic folic acid, which is in every vitamin on the store shelves, not to mention enriched and fortified foods. So like breads, anything out of a box has synthetic folic acid in it. It's toxic to my body. And so I can't have it. And so when I started investigating and I saw that they were using methylated folate, that's when I was like, maybe this is not junk. Maybe this is a reputable company that uses quality ingredients. Maybe I should take a look at this. And so I added, this is a great multivitamin. It shines in the area of like hot flashes and hormonal issues, but it's great for all, both men and women. We also have a children's version of it, a children's chewable, which is really good. I sneak my kids all the time, but it has a probiotic. The children's has a probiotic in it too, so it's like a one-stop shop for kids. Yes, so I give those to my kids every day. It's helped my daughter with pooping issues. She no longer is constipated. My whole family is on Plexus in some capacity. And then my son also my middle child has an incredible story with behavioral issues, anger, anxiety as well, that I won't get into tonight, but it's helped him so much. And then, we have Vital Biome, which is a probiotic. Another probiotic that I take in addition to my Probio 5, and this helps with mood, sadness, anxiety. We also have clinical trials that were done on this one that was showing that it did help people diminish those mood struggles that they were having. So we call it our chill pill, and it is truly awesome. This is my husband's favorite. Like if we're running low on Vital Biome, he's like, did you order Vital Biome? You need to order Vital Biome. Like it is legit. It really
It's probably what got him on the plane. Yeah.
Yes. He was somebody that was terrified of flying, and we know it was Vital Biome that helped him through it. So that's just like, there are so many more products, but those are kind of our Fab 5. Those are things that people start out with for all over health. And then we also have a recently launched skincare line, which is incredible. It was developed by a holistic dermatologist. It's called Joyome. And it's just a day cream and a day serum and a night serum, and that is it. You need nothing else. No exfoliator, no eye cream, no nothing. Like, it has completely transformed my skin in just a short amount of time. And I can't believe it. It just blows my mind. So it's in a ton of magazines. It's pretty popular in the glamour world because of what it does, but it addresses the microbiome on the skin. So it's pretty great stuff. And then we also recently came out with a meal replacement that is high protein, fully methylated, so it does not have synthetic vitamins in it, has enzymes in it, has prebiotics in it, full of vitamins and minerals. Great stuff. So I am 11 minutes over, so I'm going to wrap it up. I know you guys are probably, your eyes are glazing over right now. But that's just the products in a nutshell, and we can definitely get you, the information you need if you have questions about any of them specifically. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to kind of tune in tonight.
Yes, thank you.
This has been the best, seriously, the best 2 years of my life. And it's an absolute game changer. And so like Hannah said, even if this is not for you, trust me when I say, like, I understand any sort of skepticism. Most people, the first thing they do will go and Google Plexus. We do not advise that because you're going to find a lot of false information. But if you have any questions, just ask us. We have the studies. We have the clinical trials done on every single ingredient that we can get for you. If you're somebody that likes to just look things up like me. So we have all of that information. But
PubMed is another good resource for that too, of just looking at the ingredients that Plexus uses. And so PubMed is a good resource as well.
Yep, for sure. And so let us know if you have any questions, and then we can get those answered for you. Hannah, do you have anything else to add before I stop recording?
I have some things to give away.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. I have some stuff to give away, but I just need to see who is on so I can.
We have Kathleen. We have Mom, Kevin, and Peg are on right now.
Okay. All right. So I have, which one do you guys want to do first? Here is the chocolate P96, which is a protein pack. It's really good. You want to do that one first?
Yep, go ahead.
Should we do that one first? All right. So let's see who's going to be getting that one. Kevin!
Kevin! Whoop, whoop. I'm sure he's rejoicing over in at his house.
Yes. All right. I am going to give away an Edge. Here we go.
Edge is great. Like, if your Edge is a product that does have caffeine in it.
Yes.
So
yes, it does.
You should not take it if you're sensitive to caffeine. But I will tell you that I try to avoid caffeine, but every once in a while, I will take an Edge, because it is like, you take an Edge and you're having the best day of your life. Like, it is a couple other ingredients in there that's just, it kind of puts out it takes away those jitters, those caffeine jitters. And so it kind of it's like the greatest, most productive day, best mood, birds are chirping. Like, it is really good. It's a great supplement for people who don't want to drink coffee, don't like coffee, but want that, hyper-focused energy that caffeine brings. They take an Edge.
Yeah. Even like after eating lunch at work, when you start to slope a little bit, take an Edge to solve that problem. All right. So who gets the edge? Peg.
Hey, Peg.
Yay, Peg.
It is awesome. So I wouldn't take it with coffee. I would take either
Yeah.
an edge or coffee. It's the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Still, it's really, yeah. If it
All
didn't
right.
have caffeine in it, I would be taking it all the time. Like it
Yeah.
was just because I should not have a lot of caffeine. I should avoid it because of my health issues. But we have people that just love it. Like don't
Yeah.
do without it.
And okay, I'm just going to give you the 7 extra packs of Slim. So I will mail those out to you as well, because your name is the last name. That's everyone that's on here, right?
Kevin, Kathleen, Peg is all I see.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So those 3. Awesome.
Cool. Great. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yay. Thank you.
All right.
I will mail it out ASAP.